We thought it would be a fresh start, a return to roots. Moving back into my childhood home, my mother's house, felt like the right thing to do after everything. A chance to rebuild, to find solace in familiar walls. The attic was the first place I tackled. Boxes piled high, forgotten relics of a life lived long ago. That's when I found it, tucked away in a dusty corner. A dollhouse. Not just any dollhouse, but one steeped in an unsettling silence. The miniature furniture was overturned, splintered. The dolls themselves, dismembered, their porcelain faces cracked and vacant. It was a disturbing discovery, a discordant note in the symphony of our new beginning. A shadow lurking just beneath the surface. I showed it to my mother, hoping she could shed some light on its history. Perhaps it was just an old toy, the victim of rambunctious childhood games. But something about it felt wrong. We went up to the attic together, the floorboards groaning beneath our feet. I pointed to the corner where I'd found it, my heart pounding in my chest. But it was different. Pristine. The furniture perfectly arranged, the dolls whole, their painted eyes staring blankly ahead. Untouched. I felt a cold dread creep up my spine. Had I imagined it? Was grief playing tricks on my mind? I began to question everything I thought I knew. When the apparitions started, flickering shadows in the periphery, whispers in the dead of night, I tried to rationalize them, to dismiss them as stress-induced hallucinations. But then I saw her, my wife, gone for 2 years, yet standing there, as real as the day we met. She was in my daughter's room, bathed in the pale moonlight. Her eyes were filled with a sorrow that mirrored my own. I rushed to embrace her, to tell her how much I missed her. But as I reached out, she vanished. The room was empty, save for the lingering chill in the air. My confusion deepened into terror. My mother, ever the pragmatist, initially dismissed my claims. She attributed my visions to grief, to exhaustion. She couldn't understand what I was experiencing. Until she saw him. My father. Long gone, yet standing in the hallway, his spectral form radiating in icy cold. He looked at her with an expression of profound sadness, a silent plea for help. Then, just as quickly, he was gone. The color drained from her face. She finally understood. She finally believed me. We were not alone. The house, once a symbol of comfort and nostalgia, transformed into a prison. Every creak, every shadow, every whisper became a source of dread. We were trapped. We started researching the history of the house, desperate for answers. Old newspaper articles, forgotten town records, anything that could explain the horrors we were experiencing. The dollhouse kept appearing in our thoughts. It was more than just a toy. It was a conduit, a focal point for the supernatural activity. We felt its presence growing stronger, its influence spreading throughout the house. We were running out of time. We knew we had to leave. We couldn't stay there any longer, not with our sanity, our lives, at stake. The terror had united us, forged a bond of shared fear. The decision was made. We would abandon the house, leave it to the darkness that had claimed it. We packed our bags, our hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and relief. But as we prepared to leave, we realized something even more terrifying. It wasn't just the dollhouse. It was the house itself. The very foundations were tainted, the walls imbued with a malevolent presence. We were not just escaping a toy, but a living, breathing entity. We fled into the night, leaving everything behind. Even now, miles away, the dread lingers. The insidious nature of the haunting continues to haunt our dreams. We can never truly escape. The dollhouse, a seemingly innocent toy, became a symbol of unimaginable horror. A gateway to a world we never knew existed. The house, once a sanctuary, became a vessel for the lingering presence of the dead. A place where the veil between worlds was thin, where nightmares became reality. Our memories of that childhood home are forever tainted, poisoned by the darkness that dwells within its walls. We can never go back. We can only try to forget. But some things are impossible to forget.